All right, our next presenter is Russ Vanderlugt. 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 I asked before this and I knew I would still get it wrong, Russ. I apologize. So Russ, as soon as your slide is up and you're ready to go, you can start speaking and your timer will begin as soon as you start talking.
Have you ever wondered about the future of the Arctic and the people that live here? What can we learn from our past? How have we adapted and changed? I'm Russ Vanderlugt, and my goal is to write about an expedition of a young lieutenant, Henry Allen, who in 1885 traveled across all of Alaska. And that was just 2 decades after its purchase. Why is that important? It's important because he traveled among the Dene of Alaska's interior. Take a look at my map. The yellow line shows where his expedition passed through Dene language and people groups. The extent of the indigenous lands, the place names, and the people he encountered provides a rich tapestry for study from the North Pacific up to the Arctic Ocean and the Brooks Range and west to the Bering Sea. Analyzing the history along this route helps me answer my research questions. How was the expedition accomplished? What were its results and meaning, both for indigenous and non-indigenous people? And why does it matter? This is not just Allen's story. This is a story of the Dene people and how they received, cared for, and guided Allen. The story shows who the Dene were, how they lived prior to the arrival of outsiders, and why they adapted to ever-changing circumstances. I'm really excited about one source that is a centennial honoring Allen, and it was hosted by elders at the very location where their ancestors guided him across the Alaska Range. This is important because the event shows how the encounters here in Alaska are different than those between the Army and indigenous people in the American West. I've enjoyed integrating disciplines to achieve a diversity of perspectives and shed light on this complex narrative. I'd like to thank the scholars, mentors, and the indigenous communities for supporting my research, including Dene elders, such as Larry Jonathan of Tanacross, who guided and taught me about the Dene way, much like his ancestors did for Lieutenant Allen. Studying this expedition, both as a historian and an Army officer, has changed the way that I view how the Army interacts with indigenous groups. As I continue to serve, my research will impact military operations in native homelands of the Arctic. Treating others with dignity and respect is the foundation for strategy and policy and a blueprint for our future. I look forward to promoting cooperation here in the Arctic and showing how Allen's expedition established positive relationships between the Army and indigenous people groups here in the Dene homeland. Thank you.